Greetings. Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to the first live Q&A of 2026, man. Happy New Year, y'all. So happy to have y'all on, man. All right, we're going to get this thing going. Before we start, if you are new to the lives, we always start the lives off coming through with the gifts, coming through with the game, coming through with the sauce, if you will, depending on your vernacular. Today's gift is my free fat loss system. It is affectionately named the 50 and 5 month formula. Now you may be asking yourself, Coach Corey, what does that even mean? Right? Let me tell you. I 10 years ago now, back in 2016, lost 50 pounds in just 5 months, right? And I was able to do that, without goofy ass fad diets, right? Without a bunch of, fat burning supplements, without all these gimmicks that y'all about to see getting peddled to y'all all this month, right? I did it with just straight structure, right? And consistency. That's it, right? And I'm giving you guys a structure, give you the game plan, how to eat, what to stay away from. Same thing with the workout structures, right? What you should be focusing on, what you shouldn't be focused on. And the link to get access to that is in the description of the video, right? If you want to lose 50 pounds in 5 months or even less, right? Or even more, this system has helped thousands of people now in the past decade get results and keep results. All right, let's get it going. Let's see what we got in the building. If you guys can hear me and see me, type 1 in the chat. I just want to make sure my audio and everything's good before we get started. Goya Princessa says first. What up, Goya? Right? Goya? That sounds like a candy. Sounds like a piece of candy. Big Judy, right? Big Judy out here letting y'all know what size she is. Big Judy says, yo, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Judy. You know what I'm saying? Cole Wheeler. Coley Cole. Happy New Year. Trying to get big as hell with muscle. Yeah, let's get you big as hell, man. Let's get you big as hell. Acacia says, Happy Bomba Clot New Year. What's the Bomba Clot New Year? That's a new kind of New Year. I ain't never been wished a Bomba Clot New Year. We got Judy saying 1. What up, Judy? We got Mr. Imalin says 1. Thank you. Kaja says 1. Andy says 1. What up, Andy? Okay. Greetings, y'all. Hey, we about to get it. We about to get it popping, man. We about to do the good old Q&A. You know what I'm saying? We about to get it popping. What can I help you guys with most, man? What do you guys need the most help with to be great this year? You know what I'm saying? Just drop it in the chat. We'll get it going. Just felt inspired to come through and give y'all some game today. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like on this joint. All right. So my man's Byron Antoine is he's saying Happy New Year's 57, trying to get back to my teenage years. Here's the thing, Byron. Are you trying or you doing? Right? Like, what the fuck is a try? Well, I'll tell you what a try is. A try is an honest lie. It's like essentially saying that you're going to do what you can, right, but not fully commit to doing whatever it takes. Right? There's a big difference between like commitment and interest, right? If you're interested in something, you will dabble, you will do a bit, right? You will push yourself to the point to where it gets uncomfortable, and then you go back to your old habits. That's what a lot of people about to do this year. You know what I'm saying? This whole New Year's resolution shit, y'all about to see a lot of people about to try to get in the gym or try to eat better or try to get fit. And, by March, they're going to be looking the same, right? there's another subset of people, and this is the people I want you guys to be, and that's the people that commit, right? The people that say, I'm going to make these things happen no matter what, right? These are the people that set standards for themselves that are higher than the current standards they have. And because you don't, rise to your goals, dreams, and aspirations, you actually fall to whatever your lowest acceptable standard is. If your standards are higher than they are now, guess where you're going to fall? Into a better version of yourself, right? So it's like committing is the key to change. It's like, I'm going to do this no matter what, right? Think about the last thing that you did. Was it a commitment or is it something you tried, right? Did you try to pay your rent this month? Or did you do that shit? Right? You trying to go to work tomorrow or are you going? Right? Like there's a huge difference between the two. All right. Kaja says, Bomba Clot New Year is a full of ganja and protein shakes. All right, shout out to the ganja and protein shakes. Hell of a combination, but it worked for Wiz Khalifa, so I'm sure it could work for many others. Byron says, I work out 5 days a week, vegan diet. That's wonderful, man. Shout out to you, saving the animals. I'm not one of those guys. I eat the animals. But hey, man, I fuck with vegans, man. You know what I'm saying? One of my best friends is a vegan. He's a bodybuilder. He's a coach as well. So I ain't got no smoke with the vegans, man. Y'all good people with me. Y'all good in my book. You know what I'm saying? All right. How can I help y'all be great, man? Type in the chat. What y'all need help with today? Yeah, we ain't doing that. Unless everybody's crushing their goals this year already. Maybe y'all don't need me. Maybe y'all good. Maybe I taught y'all everything already. Fish are friends and sometimes food. Fish is always food. You know what I'm saying? I eat salmon multiple days a week, probably almost every day, if not 5 or 6 days a week, like 7 days a week on most weeks. Is it possible to get that? Is it possible I could gain 1 pound of muscle a week? Without context about where you're at in your journey, it's very difficult to say if that's possible or not. I'll just give you some basic principles or some basic things to think about when it comes to muscle growth. So muscle growth happens when you tell your body to get better at like handling resistance. Okay. So like the fitness dorks like me, we call it progressive overload, right? What that basically just means is you tell your muscles to get stronger with more resistance in different ways, right? So the rate at which it does that is all tied to the amount of resistance it's under, as well as, this is the big as well as, the hormones of the individual, right? So testosterone levels, cortisol levels, estrogen, all these things play a factor, and then how that person recovers. So this is why you can have somebody in the gym lifting weights every week and still be skinny, right? Say they want to build some muscle, they still be skinny, even though they're lifting weights, because they're not recovering well, right? They're not putting the right nutrients in. This is why you got to get a certain amount of protein to make sure that you giving your body the building blocks to build the muscle with, right? It's also sleep, it's also hydration, it's all those things. Let's say all those things are locked in, right? You good there. Well, you also got to take into account how long you've been training. If you're in your first year of training, then yeah, the answer is you could probably put on more than a pound of muscle a week. You can put on a lot. That first 6 to 12 months of training is some of the best gains ever. But after that, after you've been training for a while, like it's a little bit more difficult. Your body's a little bit more adapted, right? Like for example, I got a client who, before he joined my program, he had like been training off and on for years, and he did a year program with us and was diligent, consistent, locked in. He put on like 8 pounds of muscle in a year, right? Now, per your question, bro, Cole, you might look at that as a failure, but it's not. That's a huge gain for somebody who's been training for years, right? For me, in a year's time, I'll be lucky to put on 2 pounds of muscle, right? Because I've been working out consistently for 10 years. So it's like as you adapt, as your body continues to go through that training process over and over and over again, it's a little bit more difficult to put on the gains. Guys, if that made sense, just type 1 in the chat. I just want to make sure that that made sense. Oh, here we go. Oh, Mr. I'm all in. Okay, I got it. I watch all your videos. Appreciate the support, man. You ain't no way you didn't seen all my videos. It's like 3,000 shorts on YouTube. I'm a big dude with a big ass belly, as you say. What you got for me to start as a beginner? Yeah, man, the beginners, I think if you can go grab, I'll drop it in the chat again, but my free guide of the day is called the 50 and 5 month formula. It's just my system that I use to lose 50 pounds in 5 months, keep it off. It teaches to thousands of people. The link to get that is it's in the description of the video. I'll drop it again here. Just go grab that. And it's basically going to lay out the 5 things that I focus on to do that, right? Thing number 1, calorie deficit. That's the first thing you're going to need. You got to burn more calories than you consume, and you got to figure out what your calorie deficit number is. Number 2, lift weights, right? When it comes to being able to lose fat and keep it off, you need to be actively building your metabolism. You do that through strength training, right? 3 is what's my number 3? I think I put in there intermittent fasting, right? It's one of the other things that I utilize. It's an eating pattern to, leverage your body's natural hormones so that you burn more and more fat, maintain muscle, and, you just accelerate that fat loss process. You also reset your hormones, you increase your insulin sensitivity, you lower your blood sugar, your blood pressure, lower your cholesterol levels, you reset your body's, digestive system, whole litany, laundry list of benefits from fasting. I'm fasting right now. Y'all don't even know it because I do it so much that my body's really adapted and efficient at it. The other thing I mentioned in there is carb cycling. Carb cycling is one of my favorite ways to ensure great recovery and performance and still enjoy some of my favorite carb sources, right? Then, you got high intensity interval trainings in there as well, breaking down the ins and outs of burning more calories in less time. Did you guys know that 15 minutes of high intensity interval training can burn the same amount of calories as an hour of running? Did y'all know that? It can, right? Go grab the free fat loss system to learn more about that. But those would be the top things I would say focus on, bro. I remember you gave me macros. I need 2,400 calories per day to gain muscle. Shit's difficult. Yeah, bro. Right? Yeah. So what? Right? Like, what are you going to do about it? Right? It's difficult. Yes. Changing is difficult. Yes. Changing your body, raising your standards above everybody else is difficult. Yes. If you want to look better than everybody else, you got to be willing to do shit most people ain't willing to do. I already got the protein powder you recommend from GNC. Hey, man, that's what's up, man. You enjoy that, bro. You enjoy that. Watch out for the pre-workout. Some of it feel like they replace caffeine with booger sugar. Booger sugar? People still call it that. That's crazy work. Yeah, man. No, I think I think you know, they just put other stimulants in there and stuff too. You know, more than just caffeine. It would be like for example, beta alanine. Beta alanine, that's that if you ever had that itchy feeling, like it's like something under your skin is crawling, like that feeling, that's the beta alanine in the pre-workouts. I actually enjoy that feeling because that forces me to get up and go to the gym, even if I don't want to go. Like I'm like, all right, you know, this beta alanine is burning, it's itching. I better get my ass up and you know what I'm saying, get this workout done. Big belly individual, it'll hurt your heart. I don't know about that, man. I don't know about big belly people's hearts hurting. All right, more questions. What else y'all? What else y'all need to be great, man? Uh, my man, OK Ref says pre-workout is overrated as hell. Use salt. Yeah, I like that idea. I do that. I do both. I actually think you can get a great workout if you do both. I would do both this morning. No, this morning I just did pre-workout, but a lot of mornings I'll just do, you know, half a serving of Element T electrolyte powder, and then I'll throw that in my pre-workout mix. And it has a great mixture of like, yes, you're gonna get that hydration because you're you know, you're putting the sodium in. If you drink enough water, it'll make sure you're nice and fueled. But you get a good pump, man, because sodium is one of the precursors to making sure you get the nice veiny pump. You know what I'm saying? Guys, if this has been helpful, you're getting some value today, just type a one in the chat. Type a one in the chat if y'all getting some value from this. Type a one in the chat, man. If y'all enjoying the live, get this right here. Okay, we got somebody somebody dropped in. JC 6372 asks, I weigh 190, take 190 grams of protein. Is that enough to build muscle and lose fat at the same time? So the answer to that question is I don't know. Right. And I'm gonna say I don't know, not from the standpoint that I don't think that the protein is sufficient or not. I'm saying it in pertaining to you being able to build muscle and lose fat at the same time. Everybody can't do that, right? I want to be very clear, right? It depends on the amount of training experience you have, and obviously, like how good your hormones are, right? I typically tell my clients, don't set that as your goal, right? Because it's like, think about it like this: to build muscle, you have to traditionally be in a calorie surplus, right? To lose fat, you traditionally have to be in a calorie deficit, right? How the fuck you gonna be in a deficit and a surplus at the same time, right? That's like trying to turn left and right at the same time, right? Well, how you gonna do that, right? So to have that as a goal, there's really no way to optimize either one because you're chasing two opposite ends of the spectrum simultaneously. If that made sense, give me a thumbs up in the chat because I'm not done. I just want to make sure that part made sense. Shit, I got the hiccups. Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. Okay. Now, the reason I don't know if you can do it is because I don't know how long you've been training, right? Now, I've mentioned here, like I coach people for the past 10 years, right? The only people that can actually do that traditionally in my program that I've seen is people who just started working out. like just started lifting weights, just started tracking their macros consistently, like they're in that first 12 months. Right? Those are the only people that I've ever seen be able to do both at the same time. But understand though, those people, like the people that I'm speaking about, the goal was to lose fat. So they were in a calorie deficit, but they were just able to put on muscle in a deficit because their body had to adapt so rapidly to something so different. You know, they had never trained in this way before. They had never consumed this amount of protein as consistently before. So I think I would just need more context, JC. Like, how long you been training? If it's been more than a year, you probably can't do both at the same time. If you're in year one, though, you might be good to go. One of my boys was hyping up honey backs the other day. I never heard of it before. Would you recommend it? Honey packs. I don't know what that is. What the fuck is a honey pack? I recently lost 25 pounds in 2 weeks from chemo. I'm very happy with my weight at 200, but now I want to put on lean muscle. Well, hey, I'm glad you made it through chemo, brother. Shout out to you. The biggest thing is, I would say, focus on nutrition, man. Like you want to put on muscle now. You gotta lift weights, but you also have to do what? Build a calorie surplus, like I just explained. So yeah, you can do that, man. You can put on some lean muscle. Kasia says a lot of factors come into play with this quest. It's not so cut and dry. Respect the answer. Yeah, no problem, man. Oh, here we go. JC says 2.5 years of training. Yeah, bro, you're probably not gonna be able to do both at the same time. At least not in a significant amount, right? Like, if you're past that first year, man, your body's very well adapted to resistance training. So I don't think that you're gonna be able to do both to a significant degree. I would say, if I was advising you, if I was coaching you, bro, fuck that muscle shit right now, man. Just lose the fat and just focus on staying as strong as you are now. Or if you even get stronger in the deficit, that helps maintain the muscle. But that's your whole goal. Lose the fat and maintain muscle. You can focus on muscle growth later, bro. Get that fucking fat off you. Too much sugar in the refined honey they sell at the store. Tiny bottles, 26 grams. So they sell sugar in packs, like honey packs. Let me Google this. What's a honey pack? Honey packets. It looks like they like marketing this as like some type of like sexual performance thing. Is that what this is? I don't. Yeah, I don't think that this is. I don't really think this is all it's cracked up to be. It's like some bullshit to me. How do I cure baldness? I don't know. You see, I gave up. Right? I said, fuck that shit. I think if you got some money, man, you can go get them hair plugs though. When you fast, how do you get past the irritability from not eating? Just drink a bunch of water? Pretty much, man. I don't get irritable. Typically, like I tell this to my clients all the time, if you feel like in any way angry, if you feel lethargic, if you get brain fog, if you just feel like you got some cravings, 9 times out of 10, it's not that, man. You just dehydrated. And the thing about fasting is when people think about fasting like it's just like, oh yeah, I gotta just drink water. But hydration is not just based on water, it's also based off the electrolyte balance that you have. So one thing I know you're not doing this, Nick. You're not supplementing with your electrolytes. That's where you fucking up. right? So yeah, you got to drink water. Definitely get like a gallon or more on a fasting day for sure. But supplement with electrolytes, bro. That should clear all that up, right? Like I guarantee it. 90% of these fitness influencers or YouTube helpers are on roids. Oh shit. Benzie coming in hot, right? I have all the trust that you are one of the only natural people, man. I'm not one of the only naturals, man. It's a lot of natties out there, man, that you probably don't even know that they're natty, but some people just got really, really good genetics, or they just been very consistent for a long period of time. Now, whether some of them are on roids or not, like that shit ain't got nothing to do with me, man. I don't give a fuck. Like I don't be watching people's feeds to see is he natural or not. Like I'm not really concerned with that. Like I think honestly, at the end of the day, what somebody decides to put in their body is their personal choice, man. You know what I'm saying? And does it invalidate somebody's knowledge on the topic if they are enhanced? No. I just think it just gives them a different perspective than me. Just like I'm not going to talk about anything as it relates to being an enhanced individual ever, unless I decided to, hop on the roids. I'm never going to talk about what it's like to be on the roids because I don't know, right? However, I have a ton of experience about what it's like to be natural, what it's like to coach people natural, what are their struggles and things that they go through, and what it really takes to get a pretty good physique, man, and do it in a natural way. You guys want to know more about the things that I teach about, like getting results and being natural? Yo, just go grab my free fat loss system. We'll drop that in the chat again. Boom, boom. JC says, my main goal is losing fat. Thanks for being straight up with the answer. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, no problem, man. Okay, ref came through with the okay, so it's for erectile dysfunction. They telling you could just eat some honey and that clears that up. I think that sounds like some bullshit to me. Right? But I could be wrong, man. Maybe it's some scientific studies out there that I have not become privy to, that if if somebody provided those studies, I'll read them. But yeah. When did you go bald? Says Mike. I went bald. When was it? I think it was 2017. Yeah, I think it was 2017. If it I'm old now, y'all. I be forgetting shit all the time. So if it was 2017, I think I was like 26. It's when I was like, you know what? We about to just pop the top. Benzie Champy. If you guys are getting some value from this, right, just type 1 in the chat. Type 1 in the chat for your boy, man. There's another thing that I do, Mr. Medina, is I got water next to me while I'm talking to y'all. See, I'm fasting right now. I've been fasting for 24 hours. In no way did I just say, hey, I'm just gonna hop on this live and talk to them. Like, no, I got the water right next to me, baby. Coach, I'm 5'10", 172. I lift my girlfriend up and down during intercourse. Can I build muscle? My girlfriend is 210. Probably. Your shorty big as hell. I'm gonna just tell you like it is, man. She is big as hell. Cause any woman over 200 is big as hell. Any man over 250 big as hell. But hey, man, you can lift her up so she ain't too big for you. Okay, champ. Shoulder injuries. What's the best exercise for benching alternatives? Any type of close elbow variation. So like you want to take the shoulders out of it and put more emphasis on the triceps coming in to help out. And one of the best ways to do that is just tight parallel grip pressing variation. So if your gym has like the parallel grip chest press machine, that'll be great for you. You can do a more of a parallel grip bench press. I like champagne presses. You put the dumbbells together, press up that way. I teach that a lot to my clients who got shoulder injuries. Yeah, man, you just want to bring those elbows closer to the body really right now. And depending on the severity of the shoulder injury, you might be able to come back from it. Just work on solidifying like the three heads of the delt, right? So make sure you not only have strong front delts, but you got strong rear delts and side deltoids. And then, strengthen up that rotator cuff, do some rotational exercises, things like that can help big time. I'm also ED. It's okay, man. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, man. You can come out of that, man. Just work on raising your testosterone levels naturally. I've been making more content on that too, man. If you guys want to hear more about raising T levels, type T in the chat. Best way to lose fat to 300 pounds, 6'4", big back. You got to burn more calories than you consume, man. You big as hell because you consume more calories than you burn, right? So you got to first figure out what that calorie deficit target is for you. Again, the free guide that I gave you guys today has the blueprint on how to do that. It's really simple. You just figure out what your BMR is and just subtract a few calories from that. That's it. You just eat that amount of calories. I think the other thing though is like, what is your training like? Like, are you lifting weights? You doing cardio? What are you doing right now? If it's nothing, then just get your big ass in the gym. Right? It's pretty simple, right? Lift weights and go for walks. Scale your steps. Make sure you're tracking it. I would say at least go for like 8 to 10,000 steps a day. You know what I mean? Things like that. No motion clown. If I donate $110 by the next stream, can you help me get Jack deal one-on-one calls? No, like you don't have to do that. Today I'm actually doing call-ins. So you guys can call into the live if you want. Just gotta have camera access, and you gotta have I think you might have to have like a StreamYard thing, but you just call into the live, bro. You don't have to you don't have to donate anything. Right? We can go over it right now. What do you but what I want to know is like more about your program. So like if you guys call in, I'll do like a program critique. Can you pin that? I don't know how to pin it. Let me see if I can figure out how to pin it. Yeah, man. As you guys can see, you ain't got to be all super technological, tech savvy to help people or to fucking get it popping on the internet, man. You just got to be consistent. I don't even know all the buttons that work on this thing. And as you can see, it has to stop me. It can't let people join unless you pin it. Oh, okay. Oh man, that's super helpful. Okay, I can pin it. Hold on, give me 1 second. So I'll unpin the other one. If you guys can still hear me and see me, type 1 in the chat while I do this. Because I gotta figure out this thing. Type 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me and see me still. All right, there we go. All right, bet. Oh no. All right, here we go. So you can call in using this link I'm about to pin to the top right now. And it's pinned to the top, so maybe it'll work. If you don't, hey man, I did my best. But I didn't try. Hey, I did that shit. All right. So I pinned it up there. Let me scroll back. I see some people. Yo, G, what's good? I'm in the gym. I only eat once a day. I'm a trucker. I lose weight and gain it back over the weekend. That's because you're eating bullshit over the weekend, bro. I ain't even got to read the rest of that to tell you why that is. I'm off. What the fuck can help you lose 100 pounds? I need to lose. You got to get consistent, right? 100 pounds, that's a lot of weight. And I've helped several guys do it. And none of them were able to do it without consistent habits the entire week. The weekend is not a license to go out and just do whatever you want to do and eat whatever you want to eat. As long as it is, you're going to keep doing this boom bust cycle of losing weight and regaining it, right? So the only way to lose that amount of weight, that's a significant change, is a significant change in your habits, right? Everything you've done in your life to get to this point is why you are where you are today. So if you want to get somewhere different, you got to make different choices, right? So my advice, just one, you got to burn more calories than you consume, right? So you know, calorie deficit is the king. So you got to figure out what your calorie deficit number is if you ain't already got it. Then from there, what I would highly recommend you do is just say fuck all them cheat meals, you know, that fast food, that processed BS, drinking alcohol, right? That's the shit that's keeping you big as hell. Stop doing it. Just cut it out. Cold turkey. I'm done with this shit, right? Make it a standard. I don't do this anymore, right? Because your current identity is wrapped up in the habits you got right now. So as long as you continue to identify with a person that does that shit, right, you're going to continue to have these type of results. So you got to be like, nah, man, I'm going to stop acting like a fat boy and I'm going to start acting like a fit boy, right? What does a fit boy do during the weekend? Well, he does the same things that he does during the week, right? He goes to the gym, you know, he does his 1 meal a day. He hits his protein. You know what I'm saying? Maybe make sure you got some dietary fiber in there. Make sure you're getting a gallon of water a day. Make sure you're getting, you know, steps in when you're off the truck. But that's pretty much the things. The thing that you're really dealing with is you have a decision-making process that's rooted in big belly behavior, triple B, big belly behavior. And so if you don't want to have that big ass belly no more, you got to behave like somebody who's already lost it. Hey, man. Guys, if that was helpful information, type 1 in the chat. I think people bash supplements too much like they're a treat. But you need balanced fundamentals first, right? Man, I think everything's contextual, right? Like everything is good or bad compared to something else, right? Like, so when you think about, like, let's just say dating, let's just take it out of this whole context, right? Like, you could look at someone and say, man, you know, she's fine as hell. She's beautiful, right? You think she looks good, but to her ex-boyfriend, she's just average, or she's ugly because he knows more about her than you do. And it makes him not attracted to her, right? And you're both right. You're both right, right? It just depends on whose perspective you're looking at it through. So when it comes to supplements, I think it's like, yeah, like supplements have their place, right? They can be valuable. They can contribute to things. They can help you fill in the gaps, balance, as you said, certain things. But, you know, there's also a side of this whole thing on the internet, man, where people are just like so focused, and I mean so focused on, you know, supplements that they don't even think about the fundamentals. Like they never even consider the fact that, oh yeah, man, I need to track my nutrition. They just be thinking like, yeah, man, I'm gonna lose a bunch of fat if I just buy this fat burner and just drink this every day. Oh, Benzie, I see you came through, man. We're gonna let you on in a minute, man. I just gotta get this point off. You know, people had that misconception and belief that like there's like a magic formula or magic pill, or like, oh, it's just this one thing that I'm missing, and once I fix this, everything's gonna be good. And to those people, man, that's just not the case, right? You need supplements are like the last piece of the puzzle. The way I usually preach it is like this. So when it comes to training, you wanna start with the foundation, which is nutrition, right? And then sort of like think about like building a house. Like you start with the foundation of the house first, right? That's the nutrition, and then you build the walls of the house. That's your training program, and then you put the rooftop on, and the rooftop is supplements. You put that on last because that's the thing that's like the finishing touch. All right, guys, if this has been helpful so far, type one in the chat. I go grab these electrolytes. All right, man. So we got our first caller. We got the homie Benzie. Let's add Benzie to the stage, man.
Hello.
Benzie, what up?
Hi guys.
Hold up.
Hey,
a second. No, it's probably me. All right, say something.
Hello.
Yeah, there we go. What's going on, man?
Hey, hello. I just kind of want like advice on my body.
All right, man. What can I help you with, man? When you say advice on you, I'm gonna need you to rephrase that, man, because that's a little weird to say to another man.
So yeah. But hold up, I want advice like where I should lose weight, like if I should lose weight or build muscle.
Okay,
that's what I'm trying to.
So should I just lose weight or build muscle?
Yeah, should I just strip down or? I didn't mean to say it like that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sure, man. Go ahead.
I'm trying not to make a gay chat. I'm sorry. My bad.
Yeah. No, man. It's all good. It's all good.
Do you like look todo?
Go. So what he's doing is he's got to take his shirt off. I got to see how fat he is. Okay. All right. So definitely, man. I can tell you lift weights. All right, you can come back to the screen now. You can come back to the screen. All right, man. And hey, shout out to you for being brave enough, being man enough to say, hey, I'm gonna take my shirt off and see where.
Yeah, I just said it kind of like wrong.
Yeah, no, I was just messing with you, man. So look, right now where you're at, Benzie, is you in that range of what I call soft body range, meaning like you got some muscle, right? But you can't really see it. You're looking kind of like you're somewhere in maybe that like 15 to 20% body fat range,
yes, sir.
Right? And to really see your muscle definition, you actually want to get below that. You actually want to get down to like maybe like 15% or less.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to cut right now. And yes. I think the barometer for success I usually tell my clients is cut until you can actually visibly see your abs.
Yeah.
Right? If you can't see your abs, man, you're too fucking fat.
Yeah, because I was like cutting for a bit, but like I had like a lot of my friends would be saying that I look like a stick and shit like that, you know?
Yeah. Well, hold on. What do they look like? What do their physiques look like?
That's a fair point. Yeah, it's a fair point.
Like, do they have the type of physiques that you want to have?
No.
Well, fuck them, man. Fuck what they talking about, bro. Right? Because if you take advice from people who have a certain type of result in a certain area, then guess what? You're going to get the same results that they have if you take their advice.
Oh shit! Oh yeah, you're right.
So if they not ripped, right? If they don't have six-pack abs, they don't have the type of physique that you want, why would you take their advice when it comes to your physique?
It's a fair, that's true. So like I'm like 198 pounds right now. I'm like a kind of smaller YouTuber. So I do challenges where like if I hit like 2K subs, I'll do 2,000 push-ups. You know, so I got that coming up on like 6 days because I just said 2K. But after that, I kind of want to get on a routine and like I want to actually look healthier and more jacked. Yeah. So like right now I'm like 198 pounds.
Okay.
I'm 6'1".
Okay.
And 20 years old.
Okay.
So,
okay.
You know, like the macros I should be eating Or
Yeah, I can do your macros right now, man. So basically everybody, what I'm about to what I'm about to do for the homie Benzie is we'll just call it my macro mastery formula, okay? So
Okay.
what's your age?
20.
20?
Yeah.
All right, so you're a young buck. You say you six what?
6'1".
6'1". All right. And then you say you weigh 198, right?
Yes.
So what I'm doing right now in the background is I'm putting those stats in and I'm finding your BMR. Your BMR stands for your basal metabolic rate, right? That basically is just how many calories your body burns on its own without you doing anything. Okay.
Yeah.
So what we got here is yours is at about 1950. Okay. And what that means is that like with all things, like everything. So before you do any type of exercise, right? Before you add any type of training into your regime, your body just burns this existing, right? It just burns 1950. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put you on an aggressive cut, man. Are you tough?
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. You ain't gonna be crying like no little bitch when I give
No.
you.
No. No.
All right, cool. Because what we're going to do is we're going to give you a formula that will be guaranteed to get you results every week, but it is aggressive. So you have to follow it to a T, right? Because if you don't, you're going to have low energy. You're not going to perform well. It's going to suck. But if you follow what I tell you to do, is you're going to get great results, and you're going to be ready. You're going to be ready to take your shirt off with pride come springtime. All right. All right. So this is probably a writer downer. I don't know if you got something to take notes or whatever, but I'm gonna give you your macros. What we're doing right now, too, just so you guys know, is I'm taking your BMR, which is 1950. I'm subtracting 200 calories from that, and so your calorie goal number for fat loss is 1750. Okay, so that's the number that if you hit that every day, you're gonna be losing some fat. Okay. Now, how do we maintain strength, energy, and performance in this deficit? Right. That's gonna be the next question, obviously. What I'm gonna put you on is 40% of that's gonna be protein. So 175 grams of protein every day at minimum. Okay. You got to get that every day, bro. The other thing is I'm gonna put you on 35% fats. This is going to help with, your hormone levels and production of energy when you're in this deficit. This is going to be 68 grams of fat every day, right? And lastly, just for your strength and performance in your workouts, we're going to put you at 25% carbs, which is 109 grams of carbs every day. Right?
189?
No. 109.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. We about to get that fat up off you, bro. So again, repeat: 175 grams of protein, 109 grams of carbs, and then 68 grams of fat. Okay. Yeah. So you do that every day. You're going to at least need, for you, bro, you're going to need somewhere between 1 gallon to 1.5 gallons of water a day. Right. So that's going to be 100 and we'll just call it 128 ounces to maybe somewhere around like 150, 160 ounces, somewhere up in that range.
Yeah.
So does that make sense?
You helped me out with the macros and everything. I do appreciate that. I really appreciate your time. It's just like, what about the like training? So, I kind of like doing Zercher squats. Mm-hmm. I do like bench press and all that.
Yeah.
Dumbbells and stuff. Like, what type of like how do I should I do like Monday and Friday like legs or like Tuesday and Thursday like upper body? Like, that's where I get confused at. It's like the schedule.
How many days a week do you have to work out?
I can do 7.
So you can work out every day.
Yeah.
So if you're willing to train every day, there's a bunch of ways you can do it. Right. Like I could go on and on for an hour about the different program designs, but I'll just keep it simple.
I mean, I'm here. Hey, I can stay here as long as I can.
Yeah. So if you, how long have you been lifting weights? Like how many years?
Since I was like 16.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah, probably like, yeah.
Okay. So I think you could do really good at this stage in the game since you got a few years under your belt with the push pull leg program. Right. So you know what that is?
No.
All right. Let me translate that. So that'd be like Monday is pushing muscles. Pushing muscles is chest, shoulders, and triceps. So you do that on like a Monday.
Yeah.
Right. Really to emphasize what exercises or what level of detail. Again, we'd be on here forever talking about that shit. But basic rule of thumb, pick like 3 exercises for your chest. Pick 3 for your shoulders, and then just pick 2 for your triceps. Right? You can find a bunch of stuff like that online.
Yeah.
Then the next day you do your legs. Right? So this is where you throw on your Zercher squats. Right? I would say pick, you can pick 2 exercises for quads focus, 2 exercises for hamstring focus, and then you can do 2 exercises for your calves, right? Or 1. It depends on how much you care about your calves, right?
Yeah.
And then the next day is going to be pulling muscles. Pulling muscles are your back and your traps and your biceps, right? So you pick about 3 exercises for your lats. You pick maybe 1 or 2 exercises just for the traps, and then you pick 2 exercises or so for your biceps. And then that's it. That's your 3 days to start your week. And then you just do it again, after that.
So and then cardio. Sorry. As cardio, like what about that? Is that like try to implant that?
You do it after your lifts. So okay. So after you lift, you do some cardio. Maybe you do like one of the things I really tell my clients to do a lot is like, incline walk on a treadmill for 25 minutes after you lift weights. You can do this. You can do this every day after you lift, or you can do it like 3 to 4 days a week. But honestly, with that deficit that I gave you, just doing it like 3 days a week, you're gonna lose 2 to 3 pounds every week. If you want to lose faster than that, then you just do that incline walk every day after you lift.
Yeah. So, do my macros have to like? Is it okay if like my protein is the highest? Like if I do miss out on a little bit of the fats and like carbs, is that like serious? Like if I'm not getting enough carbs or fats in, and I'm just getting like the protein in, like a lot, like enough protein, and I'm still getting in the calories. Like those 2 are good. Do I like? Is it serious? Like,
So there's pros and cons, right? Like if you're hyper focused on protein, right, that could definitely lend itself to satiety, as well as you maintaining as much muscle as possible, right? But you may miss out on some of the performance benefits of having your carbs or some of the hormonal benefits of having your fats, right? So it's kind of a trade-off because each macro has a role. So, carbs are there for instant energy. Fats are there, again, for slow burning energy, hormone production. Your cells are made up of fats. So it's like general health. And then you have the protein, which is there to make sure that you keep the muscle, right? Yeah. So they all have a job. It's just like, what are you willing to sacrifice, really, is the answer to that question.
Yeah.
Is that helpful?
Yeah, that was helpful. Does it matter what kind of like I'd rather like do like running and like jump rope like after lifting and stuff?
Oh yeah, man. If you're a jump rope or a running guy, go for it. I will say that if you're gonna run, you probably shouldn't run every day. Because it has diminishing returns when you do a ton of cardio at that pace that running takes you to, so there's different zones of cardio, right?
Yeah.
So you got zone 1 and 2. That's more of like your body using fat for energy, and that's like when you're doing the incline walks or like a light jog or something like that. When you get into
Yeah.
running, that's when you get in zone like 3, zone 4, and that's when your body's burning carbs for energy. When it's in zone 3, zone 4, or even higher than that, and you're not taking in the excess of carbs to handle that, your performance on your runs is going to suffer, or you could run the risk of losing muscle, right? Because your
Um,
body, will want to have to burn something to get you through those runs. So I
yeah.
would just say, if you're going to do it, maybe cap the running days out at maybe 2 to 3 days a week, and then the other days maybe you do some jump rope or
Walking or
recline walking. Yeah,
yeah.
is that helpful?
Yeah. Yeah, that's helpful.
Dope.
Um
Anything else?
how old are you?
I'm 34.
Oh, you're Unc.
I guess,
Uh, uh,
I guess I'm an unk, man. Guys in the chat, type in the chat. Am I an unk or am I something else, man?
no, that's a compliment. But yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not like I kind of want to uh like keep you up to date.
yeah,
I'm not like on the like weight loss and shit like this. I like to like maybe pull up maybe like in 2 months to the call
yeah,
again.
yeah.
I
Come
like
through, man. Hit me up on Instagram, Corey Armstrong Fit, or obviously I'm gonna start. If you guys want me to start going live again every week, type live in the chat. If the
live.
people want it, I'll come.
Live. But
But yeah,
but yeah, that was about it. If I ever catch your streams again, I might join again, just ask some more questions. But I want to like focus on what you told me now and get those done.
yeah,
But I do appreciate you, Coach Corey.
for sure,
Yeah,
no problem,
I love
man.
your streams. Love your
Hey,
streams.
appreciate the support, brother. Rooting for you, man. Keep me
Yeah,
up to date with the wins. All right.
for sure, man. W stream guys, like and subscribe. Y'all are awesome.
Hey,
Hey, you're awesome too, Coach. Stay well, man.
you too, brother. Peace, man. All right, man. So y'all see it in real time. Hey, if you guys like to call in as well, there's a link that you can hop on too, man. We can go through your plan as well. But yeah, just need a couple like concise things that you can focus on. Okay. My man's All Hail Calisthenics says, "Oh, you got some help from the realist." Hey, man, I appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that. Hey, but he's got to follow through. So now Benzi's on the clock. We got to make sure. I'm saying we got to make sure he follows through and gets that done. Goya Princessa, thoughts on Wegovy or Zepbound for weight loss aids? Can it work? Yes. Is it going to be the key to sustain success long term? No. And the reason I say that is because what those products do is they curb your appetite. Really, they make it to where you're just not hungry, and if you're not hungry, you're less likely to overindulge. Right. So from the standpoint of like long term solution, it's not going to really fix the root that caused this problem. And the root of the problem is your habits, right? How much bullshit you ate or how many days you didn't do anything active or work out, how well you do or don't recover, right? Like those are the things that make people fat. So really you got to focus, I think, if you want to use those to expedite the process, sure, right? So a lot of people seeing success with that. But if you don't change the habits that made you fat in the first place, it's not going to matter. So focus on your sleep, focus on your training, focus on, just making sure that you're actually aware of how the things you're doing every day are affecting you, as opposed to just just doing whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? W advice. Hey man, appreciate that, man. All right, so Benzi's gonna come through with the updates for sure. Coach giving these little kids advice. Hey man, what they say, trick love the kids, man. Hey, Kids of the future. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving advice to anybody who willing to take it, man. When you're great at what you do, you can't like hold it all to yourself too long, man. You gotta give it away. You gotta get a game away. All right, guys. Well, shoot. If y'all got any other questions before I go, type them in the chat. I'm gonna give y'all a couple more seconds to do that. I'm going to get out of here in a minute. Also, too, one last go around. If you need, a little bit more structure in your life, right, in terms of your fitness journey, drop that free fat loss system in the chat one more time for y'all. And yeah, here we go. We got the homie. All the people age 30 like Corey at work are some real assholes. Yeah, man. No problem, man. Hey, say some people would say I'm an asshole. I talk a lot of shit. So, some people say I'm an asshole. Well, all right, y'all. Hey, again, appreciate y'all for coming through to the live. Hopefully this was helpful information. Be sure to subscribe as well as, grab the free resources because I send out an email when I go live now. So y'all know when I'm, be going live next. All right. Till next time. I'll let y'all later. Peace.